Happy Sunday, everyone. In the famous words of Mahatma Gandhi, speed is irrelevant if you're headed in the wrong direction. And I could not agree more. And that's the theme for today's video that I want to go over with you, because when you work with reactive dogs, and again, what are reactive dogs? We have to be careful how we label things. I throw that word reactive out there like everyone else does, but make sure you understand Bryan's definition of it, because I could be considered reactive if I react to anything, or I could just be considered dull. So that being said, a reactive dog is a dog who will employ either the hawk strategy or the dove strategy outside those boundaries that are typically established by nature and what we would perceive as no provocation to utilize aggression or to run and hide. Okay, so that being said, it's really crucial that we're very careful about how we utilize speed anytime we're correcting what I would call a reactive dog for an undesired behavior. And here's the reason why. First of all, there is some speed involved, so let me go ahead and just clarify that. If you want a dog to properly associate a good behavior with a reward or a bad behavior with a correction, you want to do it as instantaneous as possible, typically less than about 2 seconds. 1001, 1002. If you can do that, you're good to go. But after that, the mistake that so many dog owners make is the speed in which they do everything from that point on. So let me explain why. Again, I've kind of been over this before, and I'll just kind of draw it up here real quick. We mammals have 3 emotional states. Real simple here. Calm zone, arousal zone, and reactive panic zone. Okay, that's what a typical column looks like for your average wolf, your average dog, your average human. But then there's some humans and there's some dogs and there's some wolves that really employ that hawk strategy a lot. And humans, they would be considered bullies or someone who's just very, very aggressive. And then we have people who are more, you can take the job. I really don't want to put up with this. I'm a little bit fearful of the situation. Same thing with dogs. When we have dogs that are very fearful or very aggressive for whatever the reasons, again, I already explained what they call reactive dogs, their columns look a little bit different. It looks more like this. You have a tiny calm zone, a huge arousal zone, and a big panic reactive zone. These dogs camp out right here. They live in this zone. They live in that. They're always on the lookout for, if you're a hawk strategist, you're looking to see everything that your subordinates do. Everything. You must have them squarely underneath your thumb at all times if you want to maintain control. So this would be the dog in your household, among other dogs, that's constantly watching the other ones. No, you're not going out that door before me. And what are you chewing on over there? You look like you're chewing on something over there. And what are you doing on my sofa? And don't come over here. I'm the one getting the petting. A dove strategist would be, a hypervigilance, going to the windows, constantly looking out. Eyes dilated, stress response mobilized. They live in a state of pathological stress. All the time, up, all the time, hyper-vigilant, living here constantly, because everything and anything could be a threat to me. They just live in that world. Some humans live in that world. So here's the problem with speed post-correcting for an undesired behavior. Either of these dogs, whether they're just very dominant, very aggressive, or very fearful, you correct them for, and I'm going to use the example, let's use the example, stay. You put your dog right here, so I'm just going to draw tell you what, don't you dare laugh at my dog. So here's a dog, I know it looks like a mouse, but let me put some legs on it. Okay. All right, never mind. That's my dog. Okay, go with me, bear with me here. Okay, so you tell your dog stay, you walk away. Let me erase my little graphs here. You walk away, you're down here somewhere, and the dog breaks the stay, and you yell, no, phooey, bad dog. And you do it in less than 2 seconds. Yay, good for you. But know this, These dogs can go from here to here like that. If that correction level was too much for them at that moment, or the thing that caused them to break the stay. Maybe it's an approaching dog. Maybe it's an approaching human. Maybe someone just rang your doorbell. Maybe it's another one of these now coming in my direction. One of these hawks. That right there is what we call signal prioritization. You said stay, so you think you're number one. But then one of these things shows up. You're not number one. It becomes number one. You become number two. There is no such thing as a single signal. Every time you ask your dog to do anything, heel, sit, down, stay, there are multiple signals being fed into its brain, sensory input. And if those in your dog's interpretation are greater than your signal, then it will flip roles quickly. It's no different than if you're really hungry and you go out to dinner, when we were able to go out to dinner again, and right before you dive in that plate, you notice a man stand up with his steak knife and start approaching you. Okay, maybe your dinner was number one at that moment because that's all your interest was in. But now this approaching man might be danger. So he takes number one, you go down to number two, your dinner. This happens instantly all the time. So these dogs, if you correct them, the hawk strategist, what are you doing correcting me? Who are you? I'm used to using the hawk strategy. Winners always win. So let me erase some of my little stuff I've got going on up here. All but my dog and I'm going to stay here. Okay, so they can respond aggressively. They can respond fearfully. But regardless, they will climb this ladder 3 rungs at a time. They don't go up quick, slowly. They go now. They explode. They want to go that way. So be careful, guys. It's okay to correct within 2 seconds because you have to establish manageable behaviors. But here's the mistake. I watch one owner after another. The dog gets up. They yell no, but the dog doesn't lay back down. It doesn't stay. It starts to travel. They rush over, breakneck speed, grab the dog, and immediately take it back to where it was. And now they're going down. And everything that they do is sloppy. Their mechanics are failing because they're now going too fast. The dog has climbed up here, and here's the problem about climbing up to here. Once this dog is here, it's immune to training. It's immune. So now you're going down, 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 and the dog doesn't lie down. You say stay, and it doesn't stay. Because whatever caused it to break this is greater than you at that moment. Whatever the reason. Even if it's confusion, even if I don't understand, what the heck does stay mean? All I know is that I hear this word like scubernog, and someone corrects me. So now I go from here to here. What was that all about? And now they're rushing toward me. Oh no! And now they grab me, and now they're taking me back over here, and they're telling me down. There's a reason why I did a video yesterday about artificial intelligence. Slow down. Think your way through the move. Don't get emotional. Dog break stay. No. Now. I'm done. Speed's over. Speed's over. I made my point. You got up. I said no. You got it. You understand no? I made my point. Now, in a timely manner, not next week, if your dog's still moving, grab your dog, take it back to where it's supposed to be, and go through all the proper procedures of your dog required to make your dog lie down. If you don't normally bend over, don't bend over then. Don't start adding a bunch of steps to it. You'll only confuse the dog. Go back, down. So in other words, it's as though, imagine a big eraser. Your first stay is over the second you correct. Erase it. It's over. Now start a new one. Same thing with that heel. You're out on the sidewalk, approaching dog is coming. You say heel, but the dog lunges anyway. No, heel. Now back into a proper heel. And if we can't get that thing done, we stop, we sit, they pass by. Heel, step off on left foot, step right, pull right. All the mechanics required to make the behavior correct. But we speed up. We get sloppy. Our speed causes the dog to jump 3 rungs at a time. You're rushing at me. You're yanking me around. Now I'm really afraid. Or, don't yank me like that. These are dogs. Again, this isn't your average dog. If they're up here, they're thinking about anything and everything except what you're trying to get them to do. So again, here's a huge point I need you to understand, because this week we're going to start talking about reactive dogs and how to manage them when people come into the invincible center, which is called your home. We correct, yes. Quickly. Proper association. Bad move. Remember the chess set yesterday? Bad move. Come over here. Boom, stay. Next time, ding dong, dog doesn't move. Good move. Good move. All that other stuff, when you're rushing through this, whether it be any, I don't care what the behavior is, rushing post the correction, bad move. Don't rush. Remember, speed is irrelevant if you're headed in the wrong direction. Keep that in your mind, because I'm going to refer back to that over and over again this week. Because I don't just see dog trainers make this mistake. I see professionals almost on a daily basis make that mistake. There's no need for that. You can do speed training. I've shown videos on that. I wasn't correcting. And I wasn't working with a reactive dog. This is about a reactive dog. These are animals who will either explode or they'll become very fearful. And they will go from here in this arousal column or their calm zone straight to here. And when they get here, you have to allow for decay. Decay, and that's the big word to use to keep in your mind today. So you just write that down, decay. Because while they're here, they're immune to training. They're immune to your input. You must allow them to decay back to a level about midway through the arousal column and down. Now we have an animal receptive to your input. Remember the old saying, when you're angry, go count to 10. 10, 9, 8. Yes, you're dropping, 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 dropping. Because the worst speech you'll ever make is the one you make when you're angry. Decay, guys. Allow for decay. And you're doing that by moving slowly back to your dog, taking control. Our moment's over. We're back to me and you being good. Yeah, you made a mistake, but so what? Bad move. See if you can learn from it. Now down. Now stay. Got it? Decay. Go slow. All right, guys, that's it for today. Next week, we got to get after it. We're going to get inside of homes. We're going to talk about this. Really, really important stuff. So I hope you tune in. Can't catch it live, catch it on the replay. And if you found this information beneficial, you know my rules. Share it, baby. Share it. And other than that, if you have any questions, send them to me. Bryan with a Y at tamingthewild.com, or send it down on the comment part of the Facebook thread. And I will get to you. Other than that, make sure you're headed in the right direction when you put your foot on that gas pedal. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.